Hey guys, we're back here again with Drive Marketing to report in on Ashworth Show Cattle sale coming up here on SteerBidder. We have with us today Spencer Ashworth. How's it going down there in Missouri, Spencer?
It's going pretty good. Couldn't ask for any better weather right now. This weekend's been beautiful weather for picturing cattle and looking at cattle both.
You bet. You bet. Well, it looks like you got a tremendous set put together. Going to have a 2-day event. First day here next Thursday, you're going to sell the steers, and then on Friday you're going to have a heifer sale. It looks like.
Yep, I'm real proud of this set of calves. We decided we had enough of them. We didn't want to just sell them on one day and have one big sale. We were fortunate enough to have deep enough set we raised this year that we had decided to have a steer sale and a heifer sale 2 different days and see what happens.
Oh, heck of a good deal. Hey, so tell us a little bit of something. Those of you that's not familiar with you, Spencer, I know you spent some time in Texas at Brandon Horns, but tell us a little bit about yourself, about your program, and the history behind it.
So when my dad got out of college, he started AIing on these cows. He's been AIing them for over 30 years. We've kind of got our ET program rolling in the right direction now. I showed throughout my entire career. Didn't win anything big, but was hooked up with it enough that I couldn't get enough of it, so I stayed in it. I was fortunate enough to spend a year and a half there at Brandon Horns and soaked up everything I could and learned all I could. And, man, looking at this set of calves we got on the ground this spring and what we're selling, I mean, it's sure I like looking at them. At least I don't know what everybody else thinks, but I know I'm getting them made the way I like them.
I got you. Corey, what was it you said when we started visiting about doing this sale? You said, we are going to visit about some Brandon Horn genetics right here.
Yeah, I said he has been studying from the Book of Horn.
That's right, studying from the Book of Horn. Yeah, and go ahead.
You talk about a guy that builds genetics and stacks them. Boy, there's no better guy to learn from in the club cap industry in that regard. Tell us a little bit about kind of the sires and the donors in your program, Spencer, that you're using to build from.
So, I mean, In God We Trust has been about as consistent and as good a bull. I mean, not just – he's flat out the best bull we've ever used at our house as far as making them good every time and giving us high-quality calves, sellable calves, no matter what. And, I mean, some of these cows, I don't know if we could breed them in anything else and they'd work, honestly. We got a few BDRs, and, hey, most of them BDRs are bred back on In God We Trust daughters. So, playing that playbook right there, stacking them in there. We got some amazing graces that I'm really excited about. That is a new That's Right son out of a solid gold 620 that I think these things are going to be way, way good. We do have some we do have a sugar bear heifer that I like really, really nice. We haven't used that bull enough, in my opinion. He from what the ones we've gotten, I think them things are real, real good.
I seen a set of them. That bull's trickling up to the North Country here. I seen the set of them sugar bears at a guy's place last week that looked exceptional as well. That's a high quality bull.
And as far as the two donors that are going to be the donors of the ET calves in this sale, HL 725, which is a heat wave Jack Frost that I'm fortunate enough to have, and HL 438. And that's a younger cow that I am real excited about that we are flushing heavy duty right now. That thing, this is the first litter of them we've had, and I like them real good, and they're my kind.
She's an MAB out of an Earhart red cow, you said?
Earhart Charolais cow, yes.
Yeah. And what's her, she got the TH or?
She's TH free, PHA free, DS carrier.
DS carrier, you bet. So there's a lot of different things you could go on her.
Yeah, we're going to have several different matings here coming up in the next couple of years.
You bet.
Good deal. Well, you sure can't beat a high quality high quality set of donors that you've got. And one of your sales, you're going to offer the very best of a set of heifer calves that you guys have raised. Is that right?
For sure. I mean, these heifers, it's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt my belly to see them leave. I think if I had a chance to stay hooked on these things and breed them, I don't know what we could create on some of these things. Not just some of them, all of them. It could get pretty wild and out there the way some of these things look, and the amount of muscle and hair, and just there's some unique individuals. I mean, this is it. These are the best of what we got. We don't have an overabundance of pasture right now. We had a high number of heifers this year, so it's a guy's time to capitalize on these things, and it's probably not just going to be a common thing that we do. I look to sell some more breds and some younger cows in the future, but as far as turning loose of this many heifers right now and this early, it's probably not just going to be the most common thing we do.
Right. This heifer that's up on the screen, a lot 3, is that right? She's tag 170. What can you tell us about this feature right here?
So she is going to be a gator out of this 438 donor we were talking about, which is an MAB. And these are the first gators we've had. And I'll tell you, we bred gator in place of some of the In God We Trust on AI this last fall breeding season. I'm really, really high on that bull. He's an In God We Trust hoodoo. And I guess my plan on that thing is to kind of use him in place of, in place of In God We Trust here and there on those ones that haven't just been automatic hitting them high sellers.
Well, that thing right there, she looks like a creature now. To be that good looking, still be that opened up, have the big hairy legs like she does. Holy buckets. I just feel like if Horn was here, that there'd be at least 2 bushes, wouldn't you say?
I'd say there'd be a few bushes and a chest slap. But yeah, these heifers, hey, I mean, a guy can show them. A guy can show them as a commercial heifer. There'll be a few heifers that will be, there'll be 1 key and I believe 1 maintainer. But I mean, a guy can show them commercial. I think they're at least my kind. They may not be everybody else's, but they're my kind. You can show them commercial market heifer. But I know where I'd be heading with them, and that's for sure the donor pen.
There you go. Yeah, you'd show them to somebody in your front pasture on the way up the driveway, Corey. That's where you'd be showing these things. So, hey, let's get right in and talk about these steers. The first one is the tag 132, the lot 3, a gray. In God We Trust, out of a comfort zone, Northern Improvement, fame and fortune checks in the mail. Wow.
I mean, this comfort zone deal has been like, honestly, about automatic on In God We Trust. The comfort zone daughters we got, just put it in there and boom. This is actually a full brother to Cooper Ways, reserve lightweight exotic at the Patriot last year. And this thing is a wild looking, big muscled, get out and go creature. I do like this thing a bunch. And he's not small either. I mean, he's weighing 5.5 right now. So, I mean, I think that thing's the right size to kind of do whatever the guy wants with him next spring.
And does he almost got like a hint of black in there, just in a spot or 2?
You know, the picture probably shows it a little more there than it is. It's probably, honestly, it's more of a dark silver. It kind of highlights black there in that picture more than it really is.
Sure.
I mean, but at the crest of his neck there, I mean, and you get his back clipped tight, yeah, he's going to be a little darker down under there. When if he makes it to the sheared show, he doesn't get it done at Fort Worth, then that thing will probably be a little darker hided.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep.
That's not all bad deal though, is it there, Spencer?
No. Yeah, hey, I'm more worried about the quality of the calf than the color. You got to have a high quality one instead of the right color.
The right color. That ain't no doubt. Hey, this next one, another one out of that Igwit, In God We Trust, out of a Northern Improvement son, Taz, full form cow.
we got the old school genetics back there in that one.
Detect.
Definitely. But I think that thing, and right now, that thing's honestly lost a bunch of hair. I mean, he's still real good haired, but that thing was crazy good haired as a calf. And I've liked that one every day. I go out and see him in the pasture. I mean, that thing reads as a slick shearing machine to me. I like the way he's built in his front end that yet has plenty of muscle and big legged and just a good looking rascal that ties it all together real smooth and complete.
And his angles look so good. I bet his structure is exceptional.
Oh, he's just soft and moves with comfort everywhere he goes. I mean, we got some pretty steep hills around here that guys that have come to look at these things, I mean, it's not optimum South Dakota or Iowa or Oklahoma or West Texas club calf selling paradise. It's pretty hilly and pretty muddy here this spring, but I mean, they get out and go, and that one, he could be walking straight up a hill and he won't have any trouble.
Got the 4-wheel drive.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you took it right out of my mouth. That's exactly what I said. I was thinking to myself. So, yeah, and then we transition to the lot 8, tag 137. It's the first look at an Amazing Grace out of that 725 donor we highlighted earlier.
For sure. I mean, this Amazing Grace deal, I'm real excited about it. I've got some other cows in mind that I need to be getting him in real quick in this spring, and probably should have put a little more of him in last fall. I do like these things. They're way, way good looking. They got some grow to them. They got some muscle and shape. And the bull's real high quality if you look at him, especially for being a clean bull. I think this thing works real good, and yet these things don't lack any hair by no means. I think him and his brother got plenty of hair, plenty of muscle, and plenty of bone.
Good deal.
Hey, then we're gonna. I've never heard of the bull that this next one's out of 138. He's a trust fund out of an Unstoppable. Checks in the mail, full throttle.
So trust fund is another horn bull, and he would actually be a TH carrying full brother to Avon's 2019, I believe, Fort Worth champion that was in God We Trust 620.
Oh.
So I mean, that thing's got the power and the blood. That thing is wild looking. He's still real hairy, but I'm telling you, that one's lost a bunch too. But that thing's about as good a color as you could ask for and about as hairy as I could ever make one, I think.
Yep. You were talking earlier about making them good. Well, you made them good and the right color here, buddy.
Yeah, everything. I was fortunate enough, everything came together on that one. And that one was out of an old show heifer. So, I mean, not always, but it paid off on that one. Old show heifer still coming through and getting it done on an AI calf.
Good deal.
Checks in the mail and full throttle in the background. That sucker won't run out of luck, I'll guarantee you.
No, he got a key back in there.
Oh, man.
Good. Wow. Hey, let's talk about lot 10, tag 139, another end guide, Northern Improvement out of a Who's Next. You ready for this, CT? Mailman.
How about it?
Come on.
So it may not bother anybody else as much as it bothered me, but when that calf found his way to rub on the fence that day and I was in the other part of the barn, I did have a little bit of a not good moment, but hey, it's all right. He took an awesome picture. The calf's incredible, I think. That one's another one, not just because it's ideal color, but that thing does got an incredible amount of muscle and back and lower ass and deep bodied, and I just like that. I mean, look at the forearm on that thing. That thing reads as a producer to me.
Mm-hmm.
He just looks like an awesome feeding one. I mean, so good middled and heavy duty.
Yeah, definitely heavy duty on that one.
Mm-hmm.
He'll get out and go.
And those in God We Trust, boy, they do. There's not many of those that don't feed. It doesn't seem like.
No, everything about that bull makes it easy. They come easy, they look good, they feed good, and they win.
Yep. Then we're going to round out here with another Amazing Grace out of that 725 donor you were telling us about, the Heatwave Jack Frost.
So, I mean, on this one, I think she hits it again. I like this one real good. I mean, heck, I'd sure like to have about 10 of them that look like that next fall. I mean, that looks like he's good anywhere in the country, north, south, everywhere. I like that thing. He's good looking, got plenty of muscle, big bellied, big legged, and them things. I mean, that's another reason why I'm so high on that bull. If I can keep making him look like that, I'm sure not going to be mad.
No. Boy, and he looks like he's incredible haired and
Things as hairy as any. He maybe not that trust fund. That trust fund may be the hairiest calf I've ever raised, but he is real hairy.
Right. Yeah, we talk about endpoints, periodically, I guess, on here. Where do you see these ones that we've talked through? I mean, are they all relatively the same endpoint? Are you thinking, or what are you thinking? Like this here.
So, like both these Amazing Graces are going to be on the bigger end of our calves. I mean, I think like that one, I think you'd get him plenty. He'd be in the middle weights at Fort Worth, I would think. And I think he'd be right there in the hunt, in the middle weights at OYE. I mean, it's a little bit longer, but I think that one's, I mean, he's going to have plenty of gas to go wherever you want him. If you want to coast him and hold on him for a little bit, you can. If you want to put the hammer down and get him there real early for Fort Worth, and I don't know, it might be getting a little risky, but I'd say if a guy really wanted to try it, he could probably try Denver. Okay. I mean, them things read to me like they got plenty of gas and go in them. They aren't going to slow down. The other ones we talked about, like 132, I mean, I think that one's, and he's probably going to be tail into the lightweights, early middleweights, somewhere like that, maybe at Fort Worth, and I might be getting a little out of hand trying to call their exact weights, but I think that one show up Fort Worth, Oklahoma City, and any of the slicks. I think he'll be plenty big enough to put him wherever you want. That 133 and 139, those are both not small calves. I mean, they're going to be upper 500s, closer to 6. That trust fund, he is probably just a nickel greener, nickel smaller. That one probably would be the one. If I was going to say was going to be a little bit farther behind and a little bit later end point, would probably be that one. Or maybe if you're going to show him early, he'd be in the smaller end of it. But other than that, the other ones look like they got the go in them to me.
Awesome. Good deal. Well, there's no secrets, man. You have sure brought quality here. We talked about you being in Missouri at Urbana. Just exactly where is that at if a guy decides that he needs to jump in the truck and come up here and bog in the mud with you?
Hey, the mud's getting dried up, but I'm afraid the rain's coming tomorrow, so we'll still be mud bogging. But so we're an hour from Springfield. If you're coming from the south, straight up 65 highway, they're off 44 to 65. And we'll be about 8-10 miles off 65 highway. And if you're coming from the north, we're about an hour and 15 minutes from Sedalia there, where the Missouri State Fair is. It's pretty easy access there off the highway from us, or off 65 highway for us now. Give me a call anytime. I'll be glad to show you through them. Rain or shine, we'll be here.
Good. Yeah. So that's April 7th is the steer sale. That's on a Thursday, and April 8th is a Friday. That's your heifer sale. Both of them on SteerBidder. It's Ashworth Show Cattle Fallborn Steer and Fallborn Heifer sale. There was SteerBidder Thursday and Friday coming up here this next week. So Spencer, it's been good to have you. It's been good to visit with you, and good luck.
Thank you. I sure appreciate it. Enjoy your show, guys. Thank you.
Absolutely.